talking about merger, and you had talked about the importance of communicating and educating and letting everyone know. Over 100 employees now too. So you obviously you want to get everyone on the same page. You're all fighting, pulling in the same direction. What does culture mean to NextPage?
Well, culture is, it needs to be defined, and everybody thinks that they can define it, and everybody will follow. But reality is culture evolves. And I used to say our culture was, we're just a bunch of hardworking country kids. And I think that is still true, except these are hardworking, true craftspeople that I get to work with every day. And they will follow me off the ends of the earth because they've been able to see our ownership team lead from a position of strength. So by being good leaders and trusting us, they evolve and they continue to learn and push.
When I go out and I speak to businesses about championship culture, and you just, I was going to throw it out there, but you just hit the first word that I talk about in terms of culture, trust. Right? If there is trust, and not just from the top too, with each other. So if you could build that trust, then perhaps everyone indeed will follow you off that, well, hopefully not off the cliff.
Well, not off the cliff.
But I know
the mountain.
up the mountain.
Up the mountain.
Yes, on the journey.
Well, I think one of the things that helped us evolve to that point was truly understanding the individuals. So we use a variety of profiles and assessments of our team. And what it's allowed us to do is to truly understand strengths and weaknesses and put people in positions where they can capitalize on their strengths and that we have support for their weaknesses. Because I don't know about you, Joel, I've got a few things I don't do very well.
I've got plenty. I've got plenty. Right, but now that gets back to trusting the people around you. It also gets back to a belief that I have that no matter what our role in an organization is, and yes, some people may be more high profile than others. Some might have more responsibility or make more money than others, but everyone matters. I mean, if they don't, they shouldn't be there.
Right.
And when you as an owner, as an employer, can empower people to make a difference, or that their job matters just like everyone else's, then you do truly have everyone hopefully helping out with your weaknesses, or you helping out with theirs.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things that's really important is I try to attract younger people to the company. And generally, some of the folks have had 1 or 2 jobs. And they've typically worked for employers that aren't quite as big as NextPage. So still typically owner-run. And one of the challenges with smaller owner-run companies is it's all about the owner. And a lot of times he or she will sacrifice the team. So that first mistake somebody makes, they're fearful. And it's important that I teach them and explain to them, hey, I've made a lot of mistakes, but you made a decision. I need you to make decisions. Let's talk about the thought process that went into your mistake or your decision, and let's understand and learn from it. Because guess what? You didn't know, but you will for next time.
But you want them trying.
I absolutely want them trying. Right. Absolutely want them trying, because if I have to make every decision, I don't need them. Right. And I need them every day.
It reminds me a little bit of with the Kansas City Royals when they had, at the time, all these young guys. And they said, we want you to be aggressive. We want you to go out there and push the envelope a little bit, take some chances. Now, if you make the wrong choice or you make a bad decision, we'll talk about it afterwards so you don't make the same mistake over and over again. But we want to take the leash off you and let you explore a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the only, especially if you're trying to bring in those younger folks, right? They need to be able to learn that.
Well, and one of the challenges is I think a lot of people, a lot of owners who are not kind of wide thinking will often say that the kids that come out of college, they just don't know anything. Well, I didn't know anything when I got out of college
That's exactly
either.
Right. They said the same thing about us.
I know, and we need to teach them, and we need to teach them in a way that they want to learn and they want to trust us. And they don't really want to be managed, they want to be mentored or led. And that's the big key thing.
Well, and we can be guilty of the whole millennial. Oh, they're millennials. Oh, so?
They're freaking smart.
They're smart. That's it. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to do everything the way they do. But I think you got to at least meet in the middle or understand that, you know, they're the next generation. This is the way they do things. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It might be a little different, right? It might be getting back to that math problem that you gave before of 1 + 1 equaling more than 2, and there's different ways to get there. I'm Joel Goldberg, Real Talk with Real Media.